Hello, story lovers, and welcome back. Today, I have a heartwarming tale from the deep, green forest, a story about what happens when disaster strikes and a community comes together. Imagine a cozy little burrow. Nestled at the base of an old oak tree, this was the home of the rabbit family Mama, Papa, and their three little bunnies. It was a perfect home, warm in the winter and cool in the summer. But one day, the sky turned a dark, angry gray. Rain began to fall, not in gentle drops, but in a torrential downpour that seemed like it would never end. The little stream nearby swelled into a raging river, and soon a great wall of water crashed through the forest. When the rain finally stopped and the sun peeked out, the forest was a mess. Trees were down, and the ground was a sea of mud. The old oak tree still stood, but at its base, where the rabbit family's burrow once was, there was now just a gaping, water-filled hole. Their home was completely gone. The rabbit family huddled together, shivering and scared, with nowhere to go. The other animals gathered, their faces filled with shock and sadness. The squirrels chattered nervously from the high branches, and the deer watched with wide, worried eyes. "Oh, the poor things," whispered Mrs. Badger. "What will they do? They've lost everything." Everyone felt terrible, but no one knew how to help. The problem just seemed big. But then, a flash of red fur appeared. It was Finley the fox, known throughout the forest for his clever mind. He saw the despair on everyone's faces in the shivering rabbit family. He cleared his throat and spoke in a clear, confident voice. "My friends," he began, "this is a terrible thing, yes. But sitting around and feeling sad won't build them a new home." He looked around at the gathered animals. "We can all help. It doesn't have to be a big task for any one of us if we all do a small part." He turned to the strong badgers. "You are the best diggers in this forest. Could you help clear the mud and start a new burrow on higher ground?" The badgers nodded eagerly. "And the beavers," Finley continued, pointing his nose toward the river, "your family knows everything about building. Did you gather strong branches and sticks to reinforce the new home?" The beavers slapped their tails in agreement. He asked the birds to find soft moss and feathers for bedding, and the squirrels to gather nuts and berries for the hungry family. Suddenly, the forest was buzzing with purpose. Everyone had a job. The badgers dug, the beavers built, the birds flew back and forth with soft materials, and the squirrels created a large pile of food. Even the smallest field mice helped by clearing away tiny pebbles. The rabbit family watched, their eyes wide with gratitude, as a new, safe home began to take shape before their very eyes. By sunset, a new, dry burrow was ready, filled with soft beds and plenty of food. That evening, as the rabbit family settled into their new home, warm and safe, the whole forest felt a sense of pride. They had faced a disaster not with fear, but with unity and kindness. Finley the fox smiled, watching the light glow from the new burrow. He knew that the strongest thing in the forest wasn't the tallest tree or the mightiest river, but the bond of a community that cares for one another. And that's the story of the Great Flood. It reminds us that when we work together, even the biggest problems can be solved. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more tales from the forest. See you next time.